jokes, crafting tracks between billers of smoke. They were sleeping on me, but I was out here stuffing pillows with dope. Fucking elephant in the room, I'm the cat in that bitch, scratching and shit, hot up off of packets of nip. Nokia from the year 2000, clip is strapped to the hip. I mastered this shit, the way I'm crafting the hits, it's really magic in this. Yo, feel like I seen this shit before. That's so Raven, bitch. I was Edgar Allan Poe, and that's so Raven. My niggas on the hunt. It's like I know Craven. My niggas light your ass up. It's like I know Raiden.
Act low shit. Yo, nigga, nothing in your discography hidden. Your shit don't even exist on my algorithm. These niggas all rhyming on the same breaks like rhythms. I body a rapper and any nigga that's with him. I'm like Ken Griffey Jr., nigga, I see blood when I see pinstripes. There's a few niggas I wanna put my pen through their windpipe. Off my work ethic alone, I know me and you rappers not alike. Houses, money bags, and pussy, my end of the tunnel light. I'm just a nigga who turns one into two and I make it rhyme. Baseball and racism, America's two favorite pastimes.
Breaking news. We just got word that Pastor
Praise the Lord. Now the Lord is our Savior.
Just
I have trained Dusty Rhodes, but I have not been 6 times world heavyweight champion for the want of not being able to shift gears and do what I want to do when I want to do it. So I'm going to have to do it one more time around. I've been thinking all this time that it's Dusty Rhodes. Well, I've got to shift that gear and adjust to Ric Flair. But the one thing that I can say, and say with all sincerity, that I am a proven product. I am a man that has proven myself not once but 6 times around. And I have also proven that I could beat Ric Flair. Not once, but at least on 3 different occasions, I have put the man's shoulders to the mat for the 3 count. Now, whether it is Flair or whether it is Dusty Rhodes, I have been able to adjust. I have been able to come from here, suck it up, and do what I have to do, no matter who it is, no matter where it's at, around the world. I have been world's heavyweight champion on a trip to Japan, arrive in Japan and be beaten, and 1 week later turn it around. I am the man that's capable of turning it around. And Ric Flair, I'll guarantee you this, that you're going to have the toughest human being that ever put on a pair of wrestling shoes and ever walked into a squared circle anywhere in the world. When you walk into the ring against Harley Race, you may think that you pulled off the greatest upset in the history of wrestling. I have been the upset in wrestling for over a decade. Since 1973, I have been the man that's dominated wrestling, and I'm going to do it again, buddy. The Big 7 is up.
can never ever, never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, ever, never, ever, never. Fuck with this, nigga. Never. Fuck out of here. Look. Hey yo, my name ring cause I clapped the deputy and headshot the sheriff. That's the plot, my mind is locked on a pot of treasure. I need the guap before I ever chase a thought for pleasure. Big knots in my pocket, brolic like Brock Lesnar. You niggas rapping a group cool, you get popped together. Gunpowder on my sweater when I shop Berettas. Drugs under my nails, dirty scale that I use to measure. Materials that melt they mind and they ask for extra. Leave with some coke and a smile and an E for effort. A bundle of joy, yo boy, these the perks of flexing. And finessing like pyramid schemes. Streets real slimy, get left red if you green. Sent to the afterlife at the traffic light. All you heard was the blast and a flash of white. When he clapped the pipe, brain splash all over the dash. Fast and that's your life. Fuck all that, y'all still ain't rapping right. Y'all fools know my grooves been smooth like yak with ice. It ain't no rules, they can't find you, they whack your wife. Gambling if that's your vice, bring your gat the dice. Holding with your life. It ain't always lucrative and far-fetched to find out a smart nigga died over stupid shit. Push us off for sport, was taught to respect ruthlessness. Flip a dollar in the way more. New York tutelage, my life like a motion picture minus the movie script. Your bitch quote my scripture and masturbate. I'm too legit. Give a fuck who you is. That nigga's washed. Wrong street. Never ever, never, ever, ever, never, never, ever, never, ever, never, you can never ever, fuck this, nigga. Fuck out of here. Look, hey yo, my name ring cause I clapped the deputy and headshot the sheriff. That's the plot, my mind is locked on a pot of treasure. I need the guap before I ever chase a thought for pleasure. Big knots in my pocket, brolic like Brock Lesnar.
I mean, I can't really relate like that, obviously. But the bigger picture and the feeling of it still comes across. Like, even if I don't really understand what he's saying like that, I still feel the feeling.
So what are some of those feelings?
Striving for greatness, the sadness that comes with all the shit you have to live through.
Tell the other 45 or 50 people that work 12 hours a day that I'm the entire community that will eat you alive.
Microphone check.
You don't want to leave on your back porch, and that's where they wind up at, on your back porch. So you might as well get
microphone check.
Dungeon with CJ Parchment, 25 with a loaded cartridge. Carnation milk in my porridge before I release carnage. Veneers with the varnish. Got the holes with they soul tarnish cheesing. The girl you're appeasing is him, she pleasing is treason. I know. Yes, she love me.
Got him. Got him. Shout out to Welvin. Amen. Amen. Everybody, welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. Good evening. Good night, and good fight. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, welcome back to the Locker Room League Live. This is the Smackdown post show. You dig what I'm saying? It is none other than your boy, the phenomenal ghost, AJ Styles P, Low Dollars, Kenny Low Maker, Lit Finley. You dig what I'm saying? All of those good things. Kevin Lowens. You feel me? Listen, man. Everybody, please join wherever you are. It don't matter. You're a part of the home team right now. Please like, share, and subscribe to your heart's content. Please. Need that. You dig what I'm saying? More, I don't know. Scott, I don't know. You know what I mean? I meant to say something about Joe Hendry last time I was on for the post show. Joe Hendry, new track. Oh, man, he trying to, get the inspirational vibe back. Listen, man, tonight, Crush, what's going on, my brother? Tonight, listen, man. Y'all know how I feel Y'all know how I feel, man. Tonight, real quick, everybody, thank you, everybody, for joining. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe to your heart's content. Everybody in the chat, everybody back. We are back. J Rod, listen, man, I really appreciate y'all for earlier. I appreciate y'all for everything, man. I appreciate y'all for locking in. Yeah, I mean, this production is brought to you by none other than them boys from BGW Pod. You dig what I'm saying? You already know it's for life. Listen, man. Tonight. Listen, brothers and sisters and friends. What y'all want me to say? You know what I mean? Like Tony Soprano say, what are you gonna do? Yeah, Scott, I know. I don't know if you do, Mar. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, man. Tonight's show, where should we start? Y'all tell me. You know what I mean? We got Big Haku in the building, new tag team titles, new tag team champions. You dig what I'm saying? On them guys. We was having a little conversation earlier about AEW, about different acts previously seen. And again, man, God, you know, I know it's taller in there right now with my guy Tama, but ruled ass in Japan. Classic matches versus the Young Bucks. All of that good shit, man. Roppongi Vice, all of that good shit. Like we was talking about earlier, but they over. You know what I mean? They on that end of things. When I seen that this was a triple threat, I'm like, listen, man. Couple titles changing hands tonight. You know what I mean? This was a condensed 2-hour show. When I seen that the main event, I seen Cody walking out at like 9:55. I'm like, yeah, something about to happen. You know what I mean? Something about to happen. But solid show. 7 to 8 strong, 7.5, 7.6, 7.7, 7.8. Depending on who you are, you know what I mean? Very, very solid Smackdown, I thought. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Shout out the guys, man. You know, J Rod, you feel me? You know what I mean? Crush, we appreciate you, brother. And we here tonight. We locked in family. Don't forget to share. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe to your heart's content. You dig what I'm saying? With the guys on Friday, man. So, where we want to start? Do we want to start at the beginning of the show? I thought that the fake out of Chelsea potentially losing her smile, thought that worked out real well to start the show. There's been a lot of talk on social media. There's been a lot of, you know what I mean, what's going to go on. We already got one situation. Chelsea is an interesting card, man. I was thinking something a little bit about Chelsea. I don't know if I want to even really get into it. I thought it was clever. You know what I mean? It's great to sometimes stick it to your bosses. Don't pause me. But the Michael Hayes comment, right? I don't know. But I'm gonna just leave that out there. You know what I mean? But nonetheless, you know what I mean? She still is champion. She had some misfortune. Had a lot of FaceTime tonight. She had some misfortune during the United States women's title match. I think that this creates an interesting dilemma for Tiffy and Chelsea after they was best friends, ringing around the Rosie and all of that good stuff. You know what I mean? I got you, Mar. I got y'all. Right. So where I think I want to start the show from is the very beginning. You dig what I'm saying? Chelsea Green is in the ring. I believe that this was a positive thing to do. I don't think that Chelsea necessarily... I think that Chelsea is needed for television. I really do. And based on the pickup, based on the talent, based on all of the things she's been to the company since she's been back or been around. Her husband is back, and we'll get to that. But I got you, J-Rod. But I think that she, in particular, is needed on SmackDown. She's needed on television. You dig what I'm saying? Rod says, didn't they feel it behind Chelsea, or is she just a placeholder for now? I think Chelsea, man, I think they behind her. I do think that she does have some people in the offices who she has good relationships with. I think that she is a professional. She's been in this business for most of her life. I think Chelsea has a lot going on for her in the back. I think she got a lot you know what I mean? Just based on certain things and based on me being somewhat of a fly on the wall in these last 2.5 years. You know what I mean? People at Netflix, okay, you know, carrying particular titles around, representing certain parts of the company that otherwise wouldn't have a creative blueprint or a particular, you know, piece of energy like Chelsea around it. And so when she got the United States title the first time and all of that secret Hervey stuff, like it was hot. Like I really feel like she had some shit going for her and she really was carrying herself like a professional and doing her thing, doing her job, right? But I think right now in the middle of August, this is we can chill for a minute. You know what I mean? We can let Chelsea still carry the flag, hold this title. It's an orbital, you know what I mean? And I think that this was presented in a really, really cool way. You had some conversations. You got my guy Nick Aldis, right, fresh off of his SummerSlam win, coming out to that Oasis. Is it my generation? It's something worth fighting for. Shout out to Nick Aldis, man. You think what I'm saying? That Oasis is fire. But nonetheless, Chelsea deserves this. Again, they presented it in a way. It's not like she broken her, you know what I mean? Like she tore her ACL, broken her tibia or something like that. Like this is an orbital, you know what I mean? We've seen people move around this. So I think, you know, she's fine for right now with that title. But I think she does have people behind her in the company. You dig what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, when she won, yeah, that was dope. It came off like a moment of true comeuppance. It wasn't like cheap. You know what I mean? Secret Hervers wasn't there. You know what I mean? So I thought it was very, you know what I mean, dope and very thoughtful the way they did it that time. You know what I mean? So we get a little bit of emotional conversation. You know what I mean? We get some things said by Chelsea here to Nick, back and forth. But then at a certain point in time, you know what I mean, she exits. He has to take it off of her, but Nick Aldis, you know, has this change of heart. Change your mind and change your heart. He said, do what you got to do in 30 days. We got you, Chelsea. Do what you got to do, man. Like, because she mentioned the SummerSlam thing. You know what I mean? So I believe she's still interim. You know, this is a championship, you know, reign. This is, you know, she's currently the champion, but it's with the caveat of her being interim champ. You dig what I'm saying? I love CM Punk. For those that don't know, I love the guy. I have a lot of critiques on the guy. For those who also don't know, we're gonna talk, Crush. We're gonna talk. Shout out my brothers, man. Listen, this segment immediately for me turned into a very interesting opening segment. Very interesting, very fresh, very different, right? So at another point in time, y'all notice I'm being very careful tonight. You know what I mean? If you catch my drift. Shout out to my guys over at Public Enemies Pod, man. Gunther comes into the ring, asks Nick why he fucked his match up. He said, no, you know, this was Kev match, bro. You know what I mean? And got into a little bit of that. Kind of said what he said to Chelsea. You know what I mean? She's there. She need to shut up, this and that to the third. And, you know, some more heat is now on Gunther. I really thought that this was an interesting thing to do, to have Chelsea come out, potentially lose her smile, have this conversation with Nick, him have this change of heart. This guy on the roster, right? And I'm like, what does Gunther got to do with this? Like, whenever I see Gunther, I'm thinking about certain things. I'm thinking about the word career. I'm thinking about matches I've seen in the last year. I'm thinking about why this person, why right now, what's going on. Chelsea Green has had a particular career. I'm like, I know we're not about to do that. I know what the fuck. But immediately, the last time we saw Gunther was about that situation, so that's what he addressed Nick about. Fair. But he started to do a little bit too much with Chelsea. You dig what I'm saying? Matt Cardona. And I got you again, J-Rod. I got you, my brother. We gonna, yeah. You know what I mean? Shout outs to everybody. Gunther, again, being very rude, very disrespectful. Matt Cardona, beelines to the ring. No music, no nothing. You know what I mean? Gunther said this weird shit about how, you know, he could call her every slur in the book. He won't do nothing, da-da-da. But then he ended up doing the whole, you know what word he was referring to when Matt was telling Chelsea that he got it. And then he says, you know, you listening to him just like a dog listen to his master. That's when Matt slid on him. You dig what I'm saying? Had to. So we then go to commercial. Gunther comedically says before commercial break, hey, yo, Nick, do something about it. And then we go to commercial. Then when we come back, we kind of get this like unsanctioned situation. You know, nobody's in their wrestling gear. You know what I mean? Matt Cardona and Gunther. That's what I'm definitely trying to figure out. I'm definitely trying to figure that out, J-Rod. I'm like, we could possibly do something with Matt in this guy. You know what I mean? Like, going forward, I think that when we thinking about the question of career, or is this career killer thing still a thing? I think that's if I'm not mistaken, that's what's on the jacket, right? That's what his jacket says. But these guys, you know, just having this impromptu match, you know what I mean, as was said on Fightful, it was kind of cool. This was a very fresh opening take to a Friday night SmackDown episode, right? We gonna get to this. I'm sorry. I don't even want to get into this shit. I got something for this, but I don't want to really get to it yet. But in particular, for me, and I'm getting to it now. I'm going to talk now about it, if that's okay with everybody. Is that okay? If we could just get right to it. Like I said at the beginning, I said got him, right? Did y'all hear me say got him? I think he got another one, man. Let's talk about it a little bit. At the beginning of the episode of SmackDown that culminated from Boston, Massachusetts, the TD Garden, in which the Philadelphia 76ers won the Game 7 against the Boston Celtics to face the New York Knicks in the playoffs. We all know what happened. Another story for another day. You know what I mean? Shout out all my guys. But when this episode came on, you had CM Punk. He's entering the building. Right? He's in the place to be, as we know. And I really appreciated the breath of fresh air. I don't know if we have the visual here in this particular short. I think this is just Punk. Okay. But if for those that caught it, and if you're with me, you with me. You know what I mean? Let me see. But if you're with me, you with me. For those that caught it on the entrance to SmackDown into the Garden at the very beginning of the show when they were showing particular talents enter the arena as they do upon arrival, right? You had Kevin Owens in particular, and I like the way they did it because he came through a door rather than like coming through the parking lot tunnel but Kevin Owens comes through a door and he's wearing the Stone Cold shirt, who got name dropped tonight, right? And if we're familiar with the Stone Cold shirt, right, the Stone Cold shirt that was worn in particular during the pipe bomb, right? Punk wore it the night he did the pipe bomb, but I thought it was a very, very, very dope plug in particular to wear that tonight to tonight's event. I thought that was a dope touch. You dig what I'm saying? This is a crazy still right here on Fightful. This is a crazy still, right? It is what it is, but we gonna go with it. We're going to go with it. Shout out to Kev, man, and his work tonight on the microphone. He's wearing the Stone Cold shirt from the pipe bomb, right? If you've been paying attention to Black Guy Wrestling in the past few weeks, you know that I referred to Stone Cold and Kevin Owens in a particular conversation and, you know, his comeuppance into this company. I think this is very interesting, and I'm definitely going to answer. I think that this is I don't know what this is. I am an African-American black man. For those that don't know, I am as black as the bottom of your feet when you enter the home. So all my good white people out here. I am the blackest man. I am as black as the bottom of your pop's feet after he get off the grill. You dig what I'm saying? Definitely. Real quick. You know what I mean? But shout out though, Rosen. I appreciate you. I appreciate the, you know what I mean? We act, you know, a lot of times in this world, we ask people what it is, you know, what I appreciate the question. So a lot of times people just assume. You know what I mean? My pronouns are he, him, by the way. Let's move along. Shout outs. But we got my guy Kev in the Stone Cold shirt. I thought this was a dope touch, right? I thought this was a dope touch. J-Rod, I need Gunther versus Kevin. If anything, he needs a main event feud. Yeah, title got to be involved. I think title definitely got to be involved, though. You know what I mean? I definitely think that's. And I want to see a particular thing happen next week. I think we can do that. Again, to me, I was talking a little bit earlier about AEW. It is some value in the retain. It's some value in it. You know what I mean? Going back to my guy Jamar, you know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. Chelsea, work ethic, effort, energy, passion, being coachable, entertaining. A great worker can take any kind of bump. Listen, man, her orbital bone, right? And just the different, the dedication. Absolutely. I think that Chelsea is trusted from now and particularly some time before Survivor. You know what I mean? We gonna see. You know what I mean? But get back to it, Kev, right? He got the pipe bomb shirt on. Yeah, I mean, again, just to reiterate the mood, the feeling, whatever we wanted to do in this segment, I thought that this was very, very important to do, right? So without any further ado, man, we get the conversation. We don't even get a word from Kev before CM Punk enters the ring. You dig what I'm saying? No, not at all, J-Rod. I'm saying that's what I want. I think I want that. I think we could do that in the middle of August. Let's go with it. Let's go with it. The way that Punk got this title and whatever happened in that decision making, I ain't there. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's give Kev a home game, man. Sammy done had his, right? Let's give Kev one. So this conversation starts from a particular place. They picked up right where they left off. And I thought that this was another great segment in terms of wrestling promos. Again, y'all, I'm real quick. In terms of wrestling promo only and the work that these gentlemen did, I thought that this was phenomenal. Again, Punk pushes in certain areas where, like, again, a lot of things aren't landing for me the way that they should. If you know me, you know I like black hair CM Punk with the boy bob. You know what I mean? Like obvious, like lip piercing, like half beard. That's my guy. That's how I remember Punk, man. And even hearing Kev the Knight talk about he was the top guy in this indie company we was both in, and he, you know, that it took me back to the beginnings of when he first came up to the E, and the animosity he then received from elders, veterans, this and that to the third. I remember Kevin Nash. Another Kevin. I remember he was shooting a little bit. I think it was behind the ropes episode or something. And I'm just finding out that he wasn't under contract during, this is just a sidebar. He wasn't under contract during the whole, you know, the back and forth between him and Smith. You know, remember Kev called him a short order cook and all this shit? I forgot he wasn't under contract then. He was just coming back to do a favor for his guys. You know what I mean? And Vince told him not to go too far and all of this shit. And, you know, the skinny fat comment that came from Triple H after Punk said that Stephanie carries around Hunter's balls in her purse. You know what I mean? Like, this is the nigga used to get it off, man. And don't pause me. The nigga used to do his thing a little bit. He used to push then. But some of it landed because he had a certain different youthful edge to him. He had a different type of youthful edge. He didn't have any gray hair. And it's just, when you got gray hair talking about people's families, I mean, in kayfabe, as a face, right after you saying, is it good to be alive and well in Boston? By the way, we ain't get one. Okay, keep following me here. We ain't get one of those. Remember in Houston, Pat McAfee and all of that, like dope Punk promo. One of my favorite. That's what I'm saying. He's gotten at some people. You know what I mean? I just want to keep bookmarking the important conversations we have on this podcast, on this show. You know what I mean? Yo, he was telling Kev, bro, I want to fuck this motherfucker up, man. Like that's not for no reason. You know what I mean? Definitely did. You know what I mean? Kev definitely do. Even going back to Cody, you know what I mean? Son of a security technician and all that goofy shit. That was hilarious. Kev funny as shit. That's my guy. You know what I mean? They both my guys, man, but they're trying to call it like it is present day. I'm just like, bro, like this bull Punk, I don't know. Not yet. But not to get to this quote just yet, but to just kind of focus on a few things they were saying to each other. This is a few things. I think that Kev came off as, it wasn't like, fuck you and da-da-da. He's telling why. You know what I mean? He's filling people in for those that don't know why this vibe is present. Why are we doing this? I really appreciated his candor and his vulnerability to a degree. And Punk kind of taking advantage of that somewhat. I thought it was cool. But at the end of the day, like, the shots don't land for me. Obafemi called me out, but instead, what'd he say? I don't know what he said. I don't want to do too much on my man channel. He said, did he say osteoporosis? I don't know what this nigga said, man. He said I got Oba, but instead, somebody let me know, man. He said some goofy shit, and I'm like, this still ain't it. It still ain't it. And then to end the promo, I called you fat. You know what I mean? You never looked up to me. Da-da-da-da. He sound like somebody to me. He sound like a certain somebody. I ain't even gonna talk about it. He tried to get at my boy, and he's not really my boy. You know what I mean? I like what Pat do on the mic, but he tried to get at Cuz. He be sounding like Cuz. He called him Pat McAfee, right? But it's like, you want to tell these people why you don't like me and you never looked up to me? Again, we in kayfabe. Bro, why are you so obsessed with yourself, bro? Why are you so obsessed with yourself? Because my thing is, okay, so now let's get to the quote. All my friends in industry hate you, blah, 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 but being hated by losers is the price I pay for being not one of them. Cool. But I really appreciated the locker room comment by Kev. You know what I mean? And how he held off. Indicating that I'm a much more mature motherfucker than you will ever be. I'm much more professional than you will ever be. Now, if this is in kayfabe or if this is in real life, I think that comment stands. I think it stands. I am much more of a professional than you will ever dream to be. I never wanted to be you. I never wanted to be like you. But I'm here with you right now in the same ring. I'm the same boy that you was talking all that work about. All that work. And that's the thing. When we doing that body shit backstage in the indies, it's kind of funny. Because in the indies, motherfuckers can look like... Motherfuckers could just have an average body and be nice. You know what I mean? And just have a little bit of charisma. And that's cool. But like somebody like Punk is like, bro, like, was you really like off on, like, you're not even that cut up. Like, you're not even him like that. Like, if you want to do all that about niggas' bodies. You know what I mean? Like, I ain't trying to do that. Don't pause me nothing. But if we really want to like get into like body composition and physique, it's talked about a lot in combat sports and boxing and wrestling and da-da-da-da-da. You know what I mean? But like, if we really want to get into it, if you really want to do that body shit with a nigga, like, you not, like, bro, you never was him. You never was him. Right? And so I think about another talent. I think about a Tyler Black. You know what I mean? I think about certain other situations, man. I don't know, man. But he told the bull, I'm a better professional than you will ever be. I don't want to be you at all. You dig what I'm saying? I thought that he was getting at the guy, man. I thought he was getting at him a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little bit, man.
The things you've done, the way you've treated people I care about, good friends of mine.
Oh, which ones?
think you're going to have to be a little bit more specific. I'm pretty sure your friends hate me.
Again, man, everybody hates me and all of that. So I don't know. I thought that Kev, again, man, he did his thing tonight. Came in with the Stone Cold shirt. I wish he would have wore it in the actual joint, because we seen Kev do that, like go off script. I'm not, you know what I mean? But he wore the new shirt, still selling the shirt. Touche. I really wish he would have wore it though. He mentioned Stone Cold in it, like I said. I main evented with him. Also, the whole thing about you think, what y'all think about that? Y'all think Punk's sincere in that? Like they would have chose me instead of you? And I know that once upon a time, Punk was building story in this company. He was taking hundreds of pages of events, hundreds of pages of creative events. But the particular things, the way that he came into the company, like you wouldn't have did it like him, nigga. The way that he like Stone Cold got him into the door. Met him at the airport, like dog, like, yo, what's up, bro? Like, I'm cuz I'm from, you know what I mean? I'm from up there, but listen, man, like. This is what I do over here. I'm Steen right now. I'm doing my thing. Like, what's up, man? Can we do something? And they got on the pod. This is before Broken Skull sessions. This is before all that goofy shit. Before Broken Skull, all that. Had a talk on the pod with him. And so they forged something that man never forged with that man. Yeah, you wore the shirt and all that. You remind niggas, like I said on the show a couple weeks ago, like, that's his son, bro, through and through. You wouldn't have done it the same. So if that's in kayfabe or if that's in, it don't fly for me, because it wouldn't have been that. It would have been cool. When he mentioned it, I thought about Taker. I thought about getting a Taker match at Mania, and that's probably the closest that he's gotten to what Kev is talking about. But he's saying I main evented during the shit. My segment, I had a segment. Punk used to be on some shit. He had the, you know what I mean, Straight Outta Society. They used to run down and shit, and they used to talk their shit. Certain amount of minutes. Punk has had amazing, great, immaculate minutes on television. But the KO show that's bar none. That's one of the greatest. When we talk about shows in wrestling, like the highlight reel, which is kind of which the KO show is somewhat of a spinoff of the highlight reel. Like these segments, you dig what I'm saying? The barbershop, where we got the barbershop incident. Even going back, all of these little small segments, you know what I mean? The Firefly Funhouse, rest in peace, my guy. KO show up there, man. KO show is very up there. So to get that on the Mania and to get that off on the main event of the 4-night extravaganza, yeah, like, and you talking about you would have. I said YouTube talking about that man Phil right now, bro. A lot of fans is talking about that man, and you know what I mean? I don't know, man. Y'all tell me, man. Y'all tell me. If it's even that, Mario, you know what I mean? He do his vegan thing. You know what I mean? That's the thing. He forced all that shit. He be forcing all that shit. And it just, I don't know, man. Then he want to get back to the crowd. And then he want to. So, like I said, it's dope. It's dope to see a face have a crowd, multiple crowds in the palm of his hand, switch it up. I'm going to say the name of their city. They right back on my side after I done called you a fat dickhead and all this shit. Not that he said it like that. Pardon me, I'm from Philly. You know what I mean? I'm from Philly. But, you know. I mean, if we I don't know, Crush, we build this all the way out to Mania. We doing something crazy if it's like that. If it's like that, it's like that. But if we build this all the way out to the Mania, I think we got one. But like I'm saying, put the belt on Kev next week, man. Put it on him. Pause. Don't pause me. Whatever you want to do. At this point, it's out of my hands. But then what happens with Punk? What does he get involved with again? What do we see again? Remember, Punk was away for a little while at the Mania. You know what I mean? And I was even talking to my immediate folks here. You know what I mean? He about to slide back. And when he slid back, did he? You know what I mean? No slide for Vaughn. I know he's from Chicago, but he slid for himself. You dig what I'm saying? But yeah, whatever he said, the osteoporosis comment, I'm like, Punk, like that ain't even whatever you referring to, bro. Like, cut that shit out, bro. Like, cut that shit out. Cut it out. Yeah, a little bit. I think I like what you're doing there. Who's who? Y'all know how I feel. You know what I just said. So, Eric Douglas, thoughts on Tatum's debut so far? I'm really feeling it. I think Tatum is dope. Tatum is dope. We getting kind of the SWF, if you catch my drift. We kind of getting the SWF vibes. And what I mean by that, if you know, it's a famous movie out there. I didn't make it. It's called Single White Female. Right? And it's about a young woman who like puts an ad in the paper for a roommate. I never seen it. So I think I know the synopsis a little bit from the women I know. I ain't make it, I ain't see it, y'all. So don't, you know what I mean? Shout out to all my sisters though, my cream of wheat. So where I am with that is we get a segment backstage. Charlotte, Big Yarlin, shout outs. And my other good sister, right? And they pull up, and she like, yeah, I got a room. I got a locker room for us, all this goofy shit. It was a little airy. The door closes behind the both of them. I'm like, okay, that's cool. So she's getting a little obsessive. I think Tatum is doing some good stuff. My guy. I think Tatum is doing some good stuff, Eric. The thing is, though, when she debuted in Philly, in the building, it was like, oh, okay, cool. You know what I mean? It felt like it's like, all right, Tatum debuting right now. Tatum got a particular type of energy. Yeah, I mean, this is the extreme city, one of them. You know what I mean? But I'm like, okay, huh? A lot of people, depending on who you are, they didn't know who she was immediately. It was certain chatters in the audience and little things going on. But I think she's, you know what I mean? We get in there. We got to let it play out a little bit. Let it play out. I think that the women's division after tonight is very interesting, right? I mean, even after the situation with Matt and them, I mean, before a little bit, you know, we got a little bit of a little situation. We got a little situation with the irresistible forces. Nia Jax talking at work. You dig what I'm saying? But Tiffy came through for her homie Chelsea tonight. And Chelsea tried to do that same thing. But unfortunately, it didn't work. We got a new United States champion in JC Jane. Okay. JC Jane is doing great things. JC Jane is in the Tiffany Stratton spot from last year. You just dropped your gold in NXT. Go pick up some more gold on main. Now, Tiffy was put in the main event picture. I thought that it was needed. The finishing move was over. The look over. The font in her name over. Barbie season. The Barbie movie came out. Overly. You dig what I'm saying? Overly dedicated to Tiffy at that point. Okay? But JC is showing some promise with this faction, with this stable. Again, it feels good. It feels cool. It feels like they belong on SmackDown. After the match, for me, and I'm gonna see what we could do. After the match, I really appreciated the what we got from the emotion, what we were seeing from JC. To me, she didn't break anything. She didn't necessarily break character or none of that. But you could just see the gratitude. You could just see the gratitude in the eyes and in the emotions of JC. I think we got an image somewhere. I'll pull this image up. But yeah, like even down to like JC's look, like she is a menace. Like she looks like a fucking juggalo in the face. And I say that with the utmost respect. But what her character gives, you know what I mean? They all got gold. This is pretty cool to see in the middle of August. This United States title, man, is doing some shit. This women's United States title is, when we think about the mid-card titles when they've been introduced to intercontinental titles, the women's United States title, I feel like the lineages are getting dope because the names we're getting, the particular names, we've now had Lyra Valkyria be an intercontinental champion. Becky Lynch has been an intercontinental champion. That's 2 generations, right? this is kind of somewhat some closeness. And let's look up the lineage of the women's United States title real quick, if I can, in WWE. Established November 2024. Chelsea Green wins the first one, right? It's currently held by JC Jane, as stated. But the lineage of this title is very interesting. You got Chelsea Green, 2024. Zelina, that was very important. I really wish she would have got a chance to take the title down to Puerto Rico, being that Puerto Rico is a territory of the United States, blah, blah, blah. But shout out to Zelina, man. Zelina with an X. Zelina with an X is going to debut at none other than New York, House of Glory, which is not going to be in New York. That show is going to be on the West Coast. Very dope touch. Very dope. Very dope. You know what I mean? Zelina is followed by Julia. You know what I mean? Again, sort of that younger generation. Zelina is somewhat of a veteran. Chelsea Green gets it for a second time in November 2025. Julia gets it for a second time. Tiffy gets it for the first time and is followed by JC Jane. Now, her reign, Tiffy's reign, was approximately 112 days, okay? 112 days. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good run by Tiffy, bouncing back after losing her main title. But this lineage of this belt is we getting there. We're doing some good stuff. I want to note that tonight's episode of SmackDown came from Boston. Tiffany Stratton wins the title on the episode of SmackDown in Fort Worth, Texas in April of this year. But I would also like to note that Zelina Vega won it in Fort Worth, Texas, April 25th, 2025. Tiffany Stratton wins it in Fort Worth, Texas, April 24th, 2026. I think that's some pretty interesting stuff there. Pretty interesting stuff. I'm just a nerd for little things like that. Dates, sort of like looking up like we talk about in history class all the time. Dates and times and all of that good stuff. Real quick, let's look up the IC, right? I think the Intercontinental title in WWE, the women so far, I think Becky Lynch has done the lion's share of getting that title to where it needs to be, right? I think that she's done the lifting in terms of getting that title to what it is right now, where that title is going, what it's becoming. Making that title what it is, okay? Now we know that the Intercontinental title in WWE is probably some of our favorite titles. A lot of us that watch wrestling, that's the title, that's the one. As they say, it's the workhorse title. You dig what I'm saying? And so to present this on the women's end of things, shout out to my guy Chaz O'Bailey, Women Hoops Collective, which we should be getting this week, hopefully. But when we look at the women's iteration of this title, we have a little longer lineage, because of when it's introduced, November 25th, 2024, right? But the lineage is a little bit detailed because of the Becky reign, which was just about 100 days short of being a year after she got it from Lyra. Okay. Becky being a 3-time champion speaks volumes for the fact that this title has only been around since the end of 2024. So her being a 3-time champion in this scene, you get AJ coming back, right? So Ruka in the mix a little bit. 57-day reign, not bad. Wins it in Italy. But now you got Big Kel, right? So the lineage is kind of like, again, welcome to the big time. All of these women. Got Maxine with a 49-day reign. Not bad. So the introduction of these titles have made some of these women much more relevant in the pantheon in the WWE universe, what we know as the WWE universe, okay? But JC Jane winning it now in the middle of August, this is a very good decision. We're doing good things with both women's mid-card championship divisions, right? Mara says, JC really wanted them. Don't forget she had the TNA and NXT title at the same damn time. If you can, and that's when you look at Trick. You know what I mean? Trick didn't, but he was able to finagle the bagel a little bit. He didn't have both at the same time, but he was very, very, very synonymous with the NXT title. You see on that one segment, he told Oba to come out with it, still claiming it was his after a guy like Oba had won it. telling somebody like Javon, you'll never win an NXT title, and he never did to this day. And I mean, granted, why what now? Let's Javon do a stint or something 2 years from now to show the young boys how to do something. I don't know. I know Jackson Drake is boy. I don't know. So let's see, right? Yeah. We need much more. We need much more Fatal Attraction. You know what I mean? Oh my God. So the emotion from JC tonight, definitely a star-making night. If not already since she's debuted, a star-making night for JC. Going back to Mari said, Tatum being character so well, very, very. That's her. Very dedicated to it. Been locked into it for a while. Tatum is one of them ones. I appreciate you, my brother. We try and do what we could do. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't making too much. I ain't trying to make too much noise. Shout out my guy. Shout out everybody in the chat. This is the post show, y'all. Appreciate y'all for joining tonight. Let's move right along, though. Talked about Kevin Punk a little bit. You know what I mean? Talked about our women and what they're doing with the division. Real quick, I like talking about home games, home teams, home this, home that, who at home, we at home, they at home, black people house, what kind of food y'all eating, all that good shit. Y'all know me, right? We had a particular home game tonight. Oh yeah. Every time, every jump. You know what I mean? We had a particular home game tonight. You dig what I'm saying? Mello, you know what I mean? Mello don't miss. You know what I mean? When Mello is on, when Mello doing his thing, he don't miss at all. You know what I mean? His jump shot is there. You know what I mean? Nothing but net. I think nothing but net tonight, you know. We tried, man. We did what we could do back at the crib. I think that it. All right, Baron Corbin. Baron Corbin is back in the WWE. I remember a long time ago I was listening to, I think, an episode of Cheap Heat. Shout out Stat Guy Greg. Shout out Peter Rosenberg, Brian Dipperstein. You know what I mean? Even shout out Mr. Brian Waters, who I've had the opportunity to interview, as you see on the intro. But Carmelo Hayes is back in the crib, man. He back. And this was dope. This was, you know, after not seeing Melo on certain weekends and all of that, it's like, yeah, get your spot on Friday night, cousin. Do your thing, cousin. Back in the garden. Back to the garden. That's probably still a Nash. My bad. It just popped in my head, y'all. My OCD be doing that sometimes. If y'all been watching me for, you know what I mean? But Melo back in the building.
Cause I'm the greatest, ain't no hating, I'm the best. You want your shot, well, I guess you wait.
You know what I mean? Wait till next year. Melo enters into his gym. It's a Melo home game, like I said, man. But for me, again, kind of sticking to the conversation we're trying to have. Baron Corbin had a conversation with these guys on Cheap Heat, and he was like, and this was like right before, I think this was like right in the middle of like Constable Corbin stuff, all of that. Constable Corbin, you know, all of that goofy shit he was doing. But we get this match from these gentlemen. Well, real quick, this is what he says on the interview. He says, I'm very favored in the back. And this when Vince was still there. If Vince likes me, I'm one of them. And I'm like, okay, cool. You dig what I'm saying? Bet, cuzzy. Bet. You one of them. All right, bet. We see that Corbin was released about maybe a good 2 years after that. But tonight, I couldn't call what we were going to do yet. You know what I mean? Melo enters his gym. He got his Celtic pride on, Celtic pride. You dig what I'm saying? The old school green and yellow. It was dope. It was real dope. You saw signs around the crowd, welcome home, Melo, all of that good shit. But then you get keep rolling Corbin. Keep rolling Corbin. You dig what I'm saying? On the Bizite. You know what I mean? I'm going to call him Little Evil. Right? He enters into the building on his chopper. You know what I mean? This match was it was okay. it wasn't nothing to be shocked or surprised at. Melo ended up mounting up some offense, some pretty good spots in it. I thought that
You can see the damage. End of
the point in the match in which we got the deep six, which I'm not going to show, but the point in the match in which we got the deep six, I'm like, yeah, Melo not walking away with this title. As you can see, we ended up getting that end of days. Pardon me, my friends. That sounds crazy. End of days. And it's kind of interesting to me because end of days is printed on his gear. I think it's pretty dope when small references to a wrestler's moveset are on their gear. And I don't know any other moments that stand out recently, but if I can refer to an old school one, and some of y'all might say some stuff about this, shout outs and rest in peace all day long. JYD had thump on the back of his pants. To me, that's fire. But I mean, do what y'all gonna do with that. Rest in peace, my guy. I know what world I'm living in today. I don't want to be an idiot. I know what some people might think, but he had the word thump on the back of his wrestling tights. Do what you want with that, But it's just dope. I thought but I think it's a dope little plug for Corbin. But this showed me, because as I'm watching this match, I'm like, okay, Melo wins the title tonight. Do we end up doing something with Trick? What does Trick still have left with Corbin? Blase. We got the result we got, but Trick enters the ring. Trick enters the arena. He somewhat does his thing right there on his stand, on his podium thingy. He stands there, but then we have Yachty in the ring with a kendo stick. He cracks Baron. As soon as he cracked him, Baron caught it with the underarm, and then he looked at Yachty. Yachty looked back at Baron, scared as shit, funny shit, hilarious. Trick runs down to the ring. You know what I mean? Duck, bounces off the ropes, running knee. And they talking shit to Baron outside of the ring. Pretty interesting. The Yachty stuff is cool, man. After he hit him with the kendo, I'm like, now, okay, what is the bump that Yachty takes tonight? Right? What's next? What we doing now? Is he going to be okay? Will he survive this? Will he survive this? You know what I mean? Shout out to Ringside News. You dig what I'm saying? Shout out to all the sources. We're going to cite all the sources as we do. Yachty cracks Baron Corbin with kendo stick at the WWE United States title match on Smackdown. Pretty riveting stuff. Shout out to Ringside News, man. It is what it is. It's what happened. You know what I mean? But yeah, shout out to JYD all day long, J-Rod. You already know, man. Yeah. Yamar says the E got to do better with Melo, man. What they doing? Yeah, dog. It's almost like NXT. It makes me wonder how much NXT has particularly become a crowded house. You know what I mean? Yeah. He outside. He outside, man. But it's like, when I'm not used to seeing a guy take a certain bump, it's just like I just be like, God damn. But that's the beauty of wrestling, man. You can take that bump 1,000 times away from the eyes of certain guys like me. Who's obsessed with this thing, but it's like as soon as I see you take a bump on live TV, I act like you never took a bump before. Beauty of pro wrestling, man. That's what we love. That's I'm an idiot for it. Can't get enough, man. Don't pause me. But this shows me that these gentlemen still have a conversation to have. They still have business to be had. I think at this point we can have a little conversation. Let's have a little conversation, all right? Let's talk. Come back. Let's talk a little bit about Trick winning the Money in the Bank title. Excuse me, Money in the Bank briefcase. Pardon me. I misspeak all the time. Money in the Bank title is crazy. It's like, imagine if it was an actual belt for Money in the Bank, sort of like the Owen or something like that. But it's a signifier, right? It's taking a life of its own. I even go back to old shit, looking at Punk cash in. Looking at RVD cash in. Remember that black briefcase or the briefcase with just the WrestleMania logo on it? Boy, have we come a long way. Now we personalize them. Shout out to Naomi, who I think has the GOAT one. Tiffy did her thing. Strap. That was dope. Like you know what I mean? Pocketbook purse, you know what I mean? Duffel type joint. We could touch, United States title with the fur, yeah. But Trick wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. You know what I mean? Like, have y'all ever seen Pootie Tang? Tell me if I ever saw the movie Pootie Tang. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Pootie Tang has this character at the very beginning named Dirty D. And he ends up in a situation, I think, with this other guy named Froggy. Shout outs, man. But it results in Dirty D. He's a dirty guy. But he has on all white, but he's dirty. But it results in him. Bro, Jamar, you got to see Pootie Tang, man. It's like a rite of passage for like, yeah, like if you in a certain comedy or if you like, and you know, there's certain people in it who might, people not too fond of right now. You know what I mean? One got smacked at the Oscars. The other one, I think, was in the Me Too movement. Do what y'all want with that. Shout out to Alex Richmond, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Smackdown post show, Locker Room League Live. Thank y'all. Like, share, subscribe. You know what I mean? Me neither, man. That was the but you see, like, you know, Jeff ended up getting his get back, and that was a dope part. I really appreciate it. And again, I'm a Punk guy. Remember the promo? If you with me, you with me. Remember the promo that Punk cut after he won the Money in the Bank. If I'm not mistaken, were they in Boston for that show? I don't know. Again, I'm being a big old nerd right now, but it was the show after whatever pay-per-view it was. Pardon me right now. Forgetting what the pay-per-view was before Night of Champions and then SummerSlam 2009. But if I can remember, there was a promo that was cut at SmackDown and Punk was just giving the most like faciest face promo. Like it's probably the most face promo he's ever cut since he's been at the company. And I want to thank all you people. And I just wanted to, even when he got the title off Jeff, because if you can remember at that pay-per-view, again, I'm not remembering what the pay-per-view was, but it took him a little bit to win. He hit the go to sleep, I think, for a second time. And after that second go to sleep, that's when he was made champion. And you can see the look on Punk's face. And not for nothing, that made him a 2-time world champion. But when he won it that second time, he was just like, and I'm like, I never seen this guy like this before. He's being so earnest. It was just an interesting moment back in the day. Interesting moment. But yes, Chris Rock did make the movie, produced it. It was a short on the Chris Rock show on HBO. Louis C.K., the guy from Me Too and all that stuff. Louis C.K. Directs the movie. Yeah, it might be free on YouTube at this point. I'm not sure. You know what I mean? But a very, very dumb comedy. You dig what I'm saying? Chris Rock type vibe. Louis C.K., Lance Carruthers, and all that. Wanda Sykes. Some interesting people in that, man. Some interesting people. But where were we? You know what I mean? Trick. So yeah, the guy Dirty D is his character in Pootie Tang. He gets thrown on this car. The car goes through a car wash and he's all white. It just, I don't know, that just comes to mind. I have no connection. It's just the only thing is he's wearing a white fur coat. And that's what I think about. Extreme Rules. There we go, Jamar. You my guy. You my stat guy. Jamar about to be my, you know what I mean? Because like earlier he had my back with some other shit. But that pay-per-view, man, that summer of 09, man, very memorable one. Probably my favorite summer ever, summer of 09. Summer of 06, summer of 09. If you remember what was going on during the summer of 06. I graduated from 8th grade. You get one night only. Hammerstein. Then you get Rob Van Dam, bring the belt back to the crib, 2300 ECW Arena against Kurt Angle. Oh, my God. I need a moment. I need moments, man. Then we get summer 09, man. You know what I mean? I'm on the brink of summer school. If you allow me one time, I'm on the brink of summer school for Algebra 2. Do I go? No, the kid doesn't go to summer school. He passes. And he also gets to study abroad in Europe and da-da-da-da. And he gets to come back on his birthday. Phillies game that night. Night of Champions, 2009. Jeff Hardy. You know what I mean? So that was my favorite summers. That 09. That time was I can't get that back. 06, then you get the Phillies World Series. All right, I'm back. I just needed a moment, y'all. Let's move along with our show. You know what I mean? Thank you so much for everybody that joined. I think tonight's episode of SmackDown was really awesome. I really do. We got a little segment from none other than the blackest women in the building. You dig what I'm saying? Jade Cargill, to me, is still money. Again, perusing the YouTube streets, I'm noticing that certain professionals who I favor, again, I'm talking about ECW Arena. I'm talking about different things. So I do want to pay homage to the OGs at all times. Stevie Richards. kind of had a few things to say about Jade. And I haven't watched the video yet in total. But on the Stevie Richards show that he does with James Romero, shout out to James Romero too, another good, does good work. Shout out to this fan account too for providing this picture. Like I said, we're gonna cite our sources, King Hassan V2. But Jade Cargill is always money on WWE television. I think that she belongs on, I mean, any show she could work on, right? But I think Friday Night SmackDown is pretty dope. It's a good spot. Shout out to B-Fab. We were talking about a little bit about her earlier. Shout out to Mia Yim. She's horny. Yeah. Let me chill. Do y'all remember that? Do y'all remember that segment with Hit Row and LA Knight? Where LA Knight was like, yo, he came out, Ashanti was saying something, and then LA Knight was like, yo, I know we got Will Smith in the game, but I ain't know Uncle Phil was a rapper now too. Based off of AJ's reaction, you could tell that he thought that was fucking hilarious. And he was over for that fucking jab as well. And then he was doing the whole thing like he was rapping. You know, they was in New Orleans. He was like, yeah. AJ saying New Orleans is corny. But the way that B-Fab is looking at me, she's horny. Yeah. I can't do it justice like my man. I'm sorry. But that was the shit. That was the shit. And shout out to all their reactions. Shout out to Hit Row, man. We got some good stuff out of them. We referred to them earlier. We're talking a little bit about Swerve and some other situations. We're going to get into it. We're going to wrap the show up with a little bit of that and a little bit of some Zilla stuff. Okay. Oh, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up, man. I want to hear more about that. We got to talk about that. You know what I mean? Man, dope memories, especially if you're from this area. You know what I mean? That night of Champions 09, it was so much Phillies gear in the building. So much. It was just a lot of Phillies world champion. It was just the shit, man. If you a South Philly freak, man, you was outside in 09. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh. This was, and remember, this was at a time in which, you know, things were changing in this country. Okay. They were saying that they still say at present day, Jeff Hardy was more over than Barack Obama. All right. Okay. More over than the first black president. Like Jeff Hardy was like Allen Iverson. Jeff Hardy was like Hot Sauce from And1. Jeff Hardy was like Michael Jackson. Jeff Hardy was like he was all of those people mixed together in one. Fucking Mick Jagger. He was all them niggas. Fucking Travis Pastrana. Yeah. Bam Margera. He was all of that mixed into one energy. Everything that we was experiencing in the early 2000s, late 90s, Jeff Hardy was the personification of all of those things, man. He just was he was Fred Durst, man. He was the shit. Jeff Hardy was the fucking shit. You know what I mean? Like it was just, you know, such a time. And then we get Jeff and TNA in 2010. You know what I mean? If you saw Dark Side of the Ring, you know what I mean? We get some moments, man. It's not too savory, but Jeff is in an amazing shape now. He's healthy. He's doing his thing, right? I mean, hey, man, depending on who you was, man, I saw Obama and Jeff Hardy in back-to-back years live, man. I saw Obama give a speech in the middle of West Philly, bro, 52nd and Girard. You know what I mean? Then I seen Jeff, I seen Jeff Hardy time after time, bro, in this city, and it's like, you know, the presence, the enigma that he is, he's still that shit, man. Even seeing him a couple weeks ago, man, you see he's in the intro. It's still like my first time seeing the guy. I'm enamored with the guy. I'm you know, the things he was able to get over, and not talking about in-ring shit. You know what I mean? Just, you know, yeah. You know what I mean? Shout out to the guys, man. Shout out to the guys. You know what I mean? We all family. You know what I mean? It do. You know what I mean? But Jeff is that. Jeff is one of them ones, man. A very special human being. You know, but to get back to it a little bit, you know, some of the legends. I went to a little tangent there because I'm looking at Jade like, why am I talking about Jeff fucking Hardy? Okay, let's dial it back. So we were talking about some of the legends, Stevie Richards, you know what I mean, Blue World Order, South Philly, all of those good things. The good Italian people of South Philly. Raised that man. He had a great career in ECW, had an amazing career in WWE, very entertaining. Very fire. You know what I'm saying? Nothing but a professional. I think I haven't heard too many bad things about Stevie Richards as a fan, and I hope that y'all haven't either. All right. So, but he gets on the mic, I think, and he says, Jade is botching a little bit too much, right? I think we could take care of that. We could fix all that part-time stuff. Shout out to Roman. We could fix all that. You know what I mean? But I think at the end of the day, Jade is a staple, is becoming a staple on Friday nights. I think that her looks and Friday nights go hand in hand. I think that these two women, Meek Chin and B Fab, you know what I mean, are great compatriots, you know what I mean, on screen for her. You know what I mean? I don't know their road business and all of those things yet, but I think on screen this works very well. Very well, especially for a guy like me. Hopefully for people like y'all works as well too. Okay. Y'all tell me what y'all think about the segment. The women's division got, you know, particular good FaceTime tonight. You dig what I'm saying? I'm not mad at the fact that Jade isn't champion anymore per se. It was a great time, you know what I mean? But I think that good work is still being done, and I think that we can be happy with Jade on Friday nights. Be happy that she's, you know, still getting, you know, TV time here and there. But let's see what's going on. We got Tiffy, seem like she back in the main event title. I feel like Tiffy and Jade can have great conversations. They've already kind of started, right? So let's just see where we go, man. Move along a little bit with this show, okay? Talked a little bit about Mello, talked about Kev, you know what I mean? Talked about JC, talked about the dub they got. I want to talk a little bit about the segment between Sammy and Cody. Sammy and Cody had a very interesting conversation to me, right? When we look at the cast of characters that were at WrestleMania 40, for me, the landscape has definitely changed. We had a John Cena that's changed it. Changed the business by turning heel. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, Alex, just yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I did. Mia is such a professional. B-Fab is, you know what I mean, doing her thing, you know what I mean, learning her way around the business. I think that we could do some good stuff here. Inevitable, the fallout, I think is going to do amazing things for both of them. I don't know. You know me, I'm always looking forward to the longer term. I was even talking about this a little bit with Swerve and the New Day, which is looking like we're going to get in AEW. You know what I mean? Hold your hats. But let's see what the conversation is like. Why are these gentlemen together? We know they all, you know what I mean? We brothers, you know what I mean? We happen and we singing and we colored. You know what I mean? Give me a high five. But why? I just want to know why they together. It's dope. I just want to know. We just need story. That's it. That's all we need as wrestling fans. Story. These are the days of our lives. This is as the world turns. You know what I mean? So let's, you know. He did. He kind of did, dog. Like, I don't give a fuck about you, nigga. Yeah, I mean, I felt Cody a little bit tonight. Show, yeah, Cody. Yeah, I mean, his next side plates on the title. Yes, upside down. But that, yeah, I mean, like that. Talk to that nigga, man. Quick question, Jamar. Do you feel like Vince buying WCW and ECW was the worst thing that happened? Worst thing that happened when it comes to wrestling now? We look back on it. It's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing because I mean, the ripple effects. We ended up getting a TNA. I don't think it's the worst thing. Because I think the worst thing is that WWE like goes belly up 10 years after they purchased. That's the worst thing. We have no wrestling. They just start throwing money at the wall and making a bunch of movies. And I don't think it's the worst thing when we have 3 to 4 major wrestling companies. We have a major indie in MLW. Okay. Let's do that. We have a major sort of like a stalwart wrestling company like TNA. Okay, that's been traded a few times. We now have an AEW on Turner, sort of like the grandson of WCW. Not for nothing. When Cody hit Randy with that soda, that was very WCW to me. I'm like, that's that WCW Cody from back in the day when he was with his pops. You know what I mean? Back when he was like 8, 9, that time when he was around the WCW. That was very WCW, you know what I mean? Coca-Cola Cup. Boom. I'm like, yeah, that's very WCW. But long story short, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world that he purchased it. I think that it was right for the taking. You dig what I'm saying? You got all of these Turner guys. You got Siegel. And not for nothing. Real quick, bro. Can I do something real quick, man? I ain't got to share enough. And I just want to. Eric Bischoff. Every time I see Eric Bischoff, he seemed like more like, I don't know, bro. Like, and the more I hear these stories and shit, like, Eric Bischoff seemed like a miserable motherfucker right now, bro. Like, was it the games he was playing? I don't know. But Eric seemed like a motherfucker right now. I don't know. I ain't nobody, man. I'm just, you know what I mean? I don't know, man. I don't know. But in the long run, ECW was going out regardless. Yeah, yeah. You know what I mean? It was in all one fell swoop. One fell swoop. You know what I mean? Right in the middle of Mania season. Give me that. That shit was crazy. He said you did, and we was talking about it on this podcast. That shit was crazy. Niggas said, why am I on? Then you see that Monday Night Nitro. I'm like, what the fuck? Turn to TNT. Not for nothing. It's my wife's birthday present day, March 26th. But that day will forever live in infamy. You know what I mean? We didn't know each other, right? It was going up. We're going to be TNA on the lower scale. I appreciate you, J-Rod. You know what I mean? One fell swoop. It definitely caused a lot of bleeding. I'm with the guys somewhat on it. It definitely did some damage. Some people necessarily didn't have the best time with that. They didn't. And I don't want to overlook that. As much as we know these people to give their lives to the audience, to give their sweat, their blood, their time, their image, their likeness, to be paired with a name that's not on their birth certificate, okay? Characters. I mean, over time, some people have gotten luckier than others. CM Punk was able to come into the fucking joint. He was able to go to New York. Same shit from the Indies. I'm seeing Punk. Nigga. Fuck y'all niggas talking about. Kev is the only one that's all right, cool. And I like the Owen shit. I like it a little bit. It works. You know what I mean? Shout out to my guy, rest in peace. But it works a little bit. Works a little bit. But it definitely hurt a lot of girls and guys, man. Definitely did. J-Rod says, I think from 01 to whenever Always started cooking, I heard wrestling a lot. Yeah. And I even think we look at not even a decade after 07, 08, we get into some nasty years, right? As far as creative is concerned. I mean, we want to turn over a new leaf in terms of shareholders, and we as in the WWE. But we want to turn over a new leaf in terms of that. We want to, you know what I'm saying, kind of get away from the old stuff. You know, again, man, nasty times, man. We can think, you know what I mean, the nastiest of things that we can ever imagine took place, not even in that half decade, spanning that purchase all the way up to the PG era. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody. Rest in peace to everybody that's not with us right now. You know what I mean? Made it, whatever exists. You know what I mean? Forgive and do what they got to do, and whatever the case is. You know what I mean? I hope that the innocent that we don't have with us anymore. You know what I mean? I hope that their families and on some real shit. Like, this some real shit. I know we do a lot of joking on here, but I hope that their souls, the repose of their souls, as they say in the church that I grew up in, I hope that it, you know, remains in peace. You know what I mean? It's got fake deaths and all of this shit. Got real deaths. Lord have mercy. I even got to take a. I'm having some moments tonight, y'all. Pardon me. This is the Locker Room League Live Smackdown post show. Thanks, everybody, for joining tonight. You know what I mean? Got a little bit more talk before we get out of here. You know what I mean? Yeah. Put it on his back. Put the game on his back. That's why we got to thank the guy at the end of the day and just thank, like I said, whatever exists, that he's still with us, can still talk, can still go, you know what I mean? Can still show passion, all of that good shit, you know what I mean? But to move right along, again, we're going to get, Jay going to get what she got to get, right? It's fine. But to move right along, Cody and Sammy had a particular conversation. Pardon the tangent. I hope the tangent was worth it, family, squad. The conversation that was had was one that I really didn't expect from Cody coming right out the gate. For me, I think that... All right, real quick, let's do something. When Cody... Let's just skip... We about to get up out of here, y'all. Don't do it.
Things change, the more they stay the same. Am I right? I mean, look, and you talk, and maybe it was because of our previous friendship. Maybe it's because I thought I owed you something. I pinned you in the middle of the ring.
Facts.
Clean as a whistle.
Good John.
No funny business.
Yeah.
You think you could do it again? Right?
What Drake say? Nigga, you got hot. Do that shit again. I'm gonna quote him right here. I'll quote the guy. I'll quote Aubrey for this one. Think you made a hit? You think you do that shit again? That's some real shit. And niggas did do it again. Niggas did it again. But in this instance, right? Let's finish up. Let's listen in.
Yeah. No, he's saying just say win, just say win. Of course. Okay. Win tonight. Okay. Next week.
The reason why I pop at this real quick, is because remember the Kevin Hart joke where he was like, yo, you know how a nigga get smacked and he just be like, yo, and he like look for his. That's what this was. He didn't get smacked, but it's like Cody got with him more than he be getting with most niggas most times. He like Nick, like what the fuck, bro? Like that, it was dope. But I kind of knew something was going on by the time we got to by the time we got to Cody's entrance. And then just the way Cody looked before saying, like when Sammy was coming out, it was the shot of Cody. I got another thought too, real quick. I'm gonna get this thought out the way. It was a shot of Cody in the ring, like this anime pose he had going on. I'm like, what the like? Why the fuck is he doing that? That's not no fucking pay-per-view, nigga. Like, what the fuck are you doing? It just threw me off. Him and Randy get into it. They mix it up. You know what I mean? I thought that this was a real dope segment to end the show. Right? Right here, we get this image. And I think that for me, again, I had two feeds on, and I had an ad-free version on, and I had a non-ad-free version on. And the trademark popped up right when it seems like Cody was about to start getting with Randy. And it don't seem like that was for the majority audience. What I ended up seeing to end the show was Cody fuck Randy up, something crazy. And it made sense based on the energy we saw from Cody in the Sammy segment. This was needed. Stop getting your ass beat, you nigga. And that's what I'm saying. He always talking about niggas' families. I ain't talking about it to my brother last time, but he always talking about niggas' families. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna get one off on Dusty's son. Whatever the fuck he said. Whatever the fuck. Nigga love to bring up your family. Love to bring you Dusty's son, nigga. Yeah. Like, come on, punk. Like, stop. Cause we ain't got nobody for you to bring up. Chill. She's been brought up by the bull, but that's because he do that. He a heel. He's supposed to be. And you fuck shit up for my nigga at his Mania. Granted, he gestured. Yeah, he did the whole. He crotch stopped you and yeah, that was crazy as shit on top of the desk. And your wrestling tights, my nigga. Why the nigga can't wrestle? Let's get back to this though. I hope y'all following me. Hope y'all follow me when I start getting on my shit. When I start talking like a cartoon character. I'm sorry. I know I talk like Oskino a little bit. We can't help it. We just from here. We just live here. That's all. You know what I mean? Crazy on that man. Stop getting your ass beat, bro. You are Dusty's son. You dig what I'm saying? You Dusty's son. And we know who Dusty learned from.
I have trained Dusty Rhodes.
Come on!
But I have not been 6 times world heavyweight champion for the want of not being able to shift gears and do what I want to do when I want to do it.
When I want to do it.
So I'm going to have to do it one more time around.
What?
I've been thinking all this time that it's Dusty Rhodes.
It's the lead.
I've got to shift that gear and adjust to Ric Flair.
Shout out to Action Figure. Rest in peace, War Ready.
I can say, and say with all sincerity,
we love you, War.
I am a proven product.
Shout out to
I am a man that has proven myself not once but 6 times around.
What will Harley Race do by Action Figure?
I have also proven that I could beat Ric Flair. Not once, but at least on 3 different occasions, I have put the man's shoulders to the mat for the 3 count. Now, whether it is Flair or whether it is Dusty Rhodes, I have been able to adjust. I have been able to come from here, suck it up, and do what I have to do, no matter who it is, no matter where it's at, around the world. I have been world's heavyweight champion on a trip to Japan, arrive in Japan and be beaten, and 1 week later turn it I am the man that's capable of turning it around.
Turn it around, Harley.
And Ric Flair, I'll guarantee you this.
Woo!
That you're going to have the toughest human being that ever put on a pair of wrestling shoes and ever walked into a squared circle anywhere in the world. When you walk into the ring against Harley Race, you may think that you pulled off the greatest upset in the history of wrestling. I have been the upset in wrestling for over a decade. Since 1973, I have been the man that's dominated wrestling, and I'm going to do it again, buddy. And the Big 7 is up.
It's up. It's up. So when I'm talking to this boy, Cody, I saw that man win that title in my football stadium. All right. I know what lineage you really come from. Yeah, it was a theatrical match and all that shit. I saw that nigga in the Hell in a Cell with a fucking half pectoral muscle. This nigga, Cody Cole, stop. I know niggas want Cody to turn heel and all of this shit. He's still cold, bro. Cody is cold. Cody get cold when he need to. So I thought that this was amazing for the night. Match never even started. You want to fuck my match up with the boy? I got this. My vibe is on this business over here. Now you want to keep doing this other legacy business. I will fuck you up, Randy. I don't give a fuck about none of that Cowboy Bob shit, nigga. I don't know. That's just me. That's what it tonight did for me. That's what tonight did for me with this segment, man. Beat that nigga ass, nigga. All of this mania shit. Fuck out of here, Randy. I'm glad Randy back. I'm talking in kayfabe. Well, I want Randy to get his human monies. I want him to get his human breads. Don't get me wrong, but in the story, the days of my lives, I need to see the other guy. I need to see him get some get back. Because the beat downs, they come in bunches. I need to see the other guy. I need to see the guy get back. I done seen this nigga do this shit for 20 years. I done seen him do this shit since I was fucking 13 years old. I seen you with him. He was the youngest champion, all this shit. Fuck that nigga up. Tell that nigga who you is, bro. I beat Double R. Rough Riders. What? I beat the nigga. 1, 2, 3. And they got his whole family and his company jumping on my head. I only had one nigga in this whole my pop and my freak ass brother. Shout outs, man. Shout out to Dustin, bro. Shout out to Dustin. We gonna move along, man. The memories. You know what I mean? Memories. It's like, no, we ain't doing that. We gonna get back to it. Listen, man. Cold Lander. I ain't saying we need it. We just know it's present. Man. What else we gotta talk about? Ain't nothing else to talk about. What y'all want to talk? Y'all want to talk about Zilla? We all want to talk about Zilla 5-2. Zilla is officially signed. Zilla 5-2, as you can see, is in the intro, right? Zilla's in the intro. We had some interesting moments this week on Twitter, going back to Wale Mania. What we want to talk about, man? Shout out to Cody still, you know what I mean? What y'all want to do? Man? I don't know. Y'all tell me.
Robert Stone was on the phone with? I told you, Vic.
You know what I mean?
But everyone's
got the Sauconys on. Repping fourth rope still. Got the Sauconys on. Repping fourth rope still. It's tatted on him too. What? Come on, man. What we doing? What y'all want him to do? It ain't nothing else to do. I hear niggas be getting at him though. Niggas be getting at Zill. Zill not nice. Zill whack. Zill got 5 moves. Zill got 3 moves. The 5 moves Zill got. Listen, bro. Zill works because of the street shit. Remember what I was saying about Dom? Dom not from the street, but I think the character has been paid. Mean Streets of San Diego. Shout out to Petco Park. Whole 619. You know what I mean? See me wearing his Padre shit all the time. However, it works because it's a craft. I think it's an act he's worked on. Zilla's certain shit is just natural. That nigga didn't. You see his cousin, his other namesake cousin. Then Zilla been where he been too. He not no stranger to certain situations. You know what I mean? Niggas saying that it was a one-off at NXT. No, he gonna be in NXT. He gonna get a solo stint. He gonna do what he do. And yes. You know what I mean? Zilla is ready to show his face to the big time. He's around. Niggas know who he is, but let's get a good 2-year run at NXT. Just good 2-year run. 2-year run. Let's see what happens. Let's see who else enters the fray. I think it's some conversations to be had. What's the big English motherfucker? Mason Rook. I forget what's his shoot indie name? Because I don't know what they did with his. I don't know his shoot name, but his indie name, I think is Mason. His name might be Mason Rook in the indies. I mean, right now in the E. I'm not gonna look it up, Rook. I'm being lazy. We almost getting to that time. We almost at midnight. I don't want to hold y'all for too long. Thank you. Will Cruz is the. I know the shit. He's an English wrestler. But I think that's a conversation there. It's a lot of conversations that can be had. Keanu I still gotta see what's happening with that. I'm still trying to check with my sources. You dig what I'm saying? Like he gonna have to because he dropped the HOG. And I wanted to do something. I don't know, man. I want to see y'all next week. We gotta watch some shit, man. I want to watch again. I still want to watch Mustafa. I can't watch it tonight. And I want to watch that match with Amazing Red with y'all. I want to do that at some point next week. We're gonna be able to do it because I got the time. Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be on the volume this Sunday, unfortunately. But I will be back with y'all with a post show after Raw. And possibly can have a conversation before NXT. Possibly can have a conversation before Dynamite. I think we want to have a conversation after Dynamite. We're gonna see how it go next week. We gonna get more consistent right up here on the lead live for y'all. Shout out y'all. Like, share, subscribe, share 5 times if y'all got to. Please. You know what I mean? Yeah, take your time with Zilla, man. I think that they take their time a little bit with Solo. Solo was a lot of bit already. I don't know if that, again, South Philadelphia Knights, I don't know if that tribal court segment goes on the way it does without Solo. Right? By the time we get Sammy in the mix, and I don't know if it does what it does, ladies and gentlemen and friends. I don't know. So Solo, his time was well spent in NXT. And it's funny, last time I was talking to y'all about Solo and his debut, I said Clash of Clans. I'll be butchering the shit out of some shit. And I'm a big nerd because why the fuck am I getting Clash of Clans mixed up with Clash in Wales or Cardiff? Clash in Cardiff. I'm just like, it's just a city name, man. What are you doing? I didn't even catch it. I caught it on the replay. But thank you to everybody. Thank you for having patience with me. Jesus Christ. Such the amazing communicator that I am. Oh yeah, we're gonna figure all this out for the Discord for sure. We're gonna figure all of those things out that we need to. I think we want to get a few more mods. We want to figure out how to have some of y'all call in through Discord. Y'all could really just join the stream for real. I should have just provided the link. I will be providing a link going forward to the streams. If anybody would like to join, a very, very, very open door policy we're gonna have here at the Locker Room League Live. But yeah, we're gonna have our conversations. We're gonna build this thing, man. Yeah, man, and we saw the match with Dion. Man, it was cool. And you already got that on Dion. We already know that. So, but I guess it was cool for TV. But Saquon got some shit. Again, former NIL athlete. Got a certain swag to him. DC ball. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, and that's the thing. I had high hopes for Dark State. I had really high hopes. Really high hopes for Dark State. They're still present. But them as a 4-man squad, right? It worked a little bit. I remember Scott had the funniest comment about how, we about to get Saquon away from these broke niggas. Hilarious. And that they did, Scott. That they did, my boy. So yeah, man. But again, man, a lot going on, brothers. A lot going on. The New Day is joining AEW. Another big, it's WWE news because of what they was to the WWE, but Zilla fought too right here. See, you got the Dudleyville on. This is him entering the 2300 Arena, formerly known as HCW Arena, more endearingly known as the Bingo Hall. If you're a South Philadelphian, Rittner and Swanson Street. Listen, man, let's get him a good 2 years. Let's get him in some situations because Zilla is not that tall. That's why I walked right up on him. Y'all saw the video. Y'all saw me turn. Because I posted that video when it happened. I just didn't show that I was immediately there. But I walked right up on him. Yo, Zilla, what's good, bro? When you going? And that was the question I asked him. I'm like, what we doing? When we going? And he knew what niggas was talking about. And he was like, y'all see what he did? That he didn't do that for no reason. That was a very professional thing for him to do, especially after that night. But I just had to indicate, because I thought he was dropping the title that night. Like I said, if Cha-Cha Charlie loses, we riot. That was the thing. So with that being resounded so much, I'm like, damn, is certain people convinced? You know what I mean? Shout out to Saquon, man. Yeah, definitely. North America, absolutely, J-Rod. Huge North American title material for sure in this day and age. Absolutely, gentlemen. But that's what I said to him in that video. I mean, I could send y'all the raw footage. What we going? What we doing? He said, Zilla fought too. I'm the best independent wrestler in the world. Now, hottest, most sought after, most, you know what I mean, captivating. But I know when I hear that best wrestler in the world comment, I know what context I'm getting it in. Even I joked with my brother D on the pod. I wasn't really saying because Punk couldn't do the moonsault that he asked and that he not one of the best wrestlers in the world. I was just being messy. I was just being messy for the sake of me being fresh off of that show in Philly. Y'all know how I be after shows. Y'all see me tonight. I just watched the shit. I ain't even go nowhere. But still off of that high, he, you know what I mean, took the shit off the shirt. He ain't give us our shout out like that. He got a little thing with the town. I don't want to really get into it. But yeah, I was just being messy. But the context, I know what Punk talking about. I know what he talking about. Zilla, when he said, I know what he talking about. When he said that, I know what he talking about. It's fine. I ain't got to. Kenny Omega. Oh yeah, Roderick Strong. I ain't got to do all that. I know what he talking about. And I know what conversation we having. Even when Wayne said he was the best rapper alive, we knew what he was talking about. Because that comes from a certain hook. Best rapper alive since the best rapper retired. That was a rhyme, but he just went with it. You know what I mean? We do that hip-hop thing. We do that hip-hop thing too. Excuse me, I was reading a comment and a word from the comment came out. My brother J Mar. I'm on some shit. That fought. Absolutely. Listen, man, it was a shirt back in the day for y'all boy. Oh, we about to do this before we get out of here, man. It was a shirt back in the day for y'all guy, man. Listen, brother. If you with me, you're with me. Where we at? If you're with me, you're with me, okay? Let's do this. Let's do this. If you can remember these days, the Fatu make a difference. Y'all remember? I don't know how old some of y'all is. So Live for Fatu make a difference. That was his gimmick. That was his joint. You dig what I'm saying? That was his joint at So Live for Fatu. You see, make a difference was on the jacket, make difference on the entrance. You feel me? It was some cool shit for the street. It was some cool shit for the hood. You know what I mean? Who gonna make a difference? You see, got the Scully on. Think, yeah, I mean, real positive shit. Positive after school special shit. And this was like my brother was kind of aging out of WWF a little bit. So this is around the time in which I was like 2-3. I'm crawling around babbling and shit. Right? Wanting to just be in the mix. I want to know what's going on. I later will find this beautiful art form called professional wrestling, and the rest is history. But Fatu Make a Difference was the shit. That Fatu name make a difference, man. Can't say you can't say it though. That Fatu name. It was like some bear shit again, some, after school special. But that Fatu would make a difference. The look, them tattoos, if you got them, they got them. But you got other niggas in the mix. You got Journey Fatu. I think it's Damu, N-Y-E. They named one of their kids Damu, bro. Y'all know what Damu mean? Damu, that ain't no word in their language. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I got you, Mar. I'm catching up. I'm catching up. I know you know. I was talking to everybody else, my brother. I know you know. You was in the league. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's a good boy. Good boy. You could tell he, he not, no stranger to the, he knows what's going on. We all know what's going on. Rikishi where? like Wu wear, like Wu, but it was Rikishi wear. I love back in the day when hip hop clothing lines used to end in wear. That's that shit. It's just like Rocco wear. You dig what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I want to listen, bro. If we can bring back Rikishi wear jackets like we did with Averex, that's fire. I remember fucking not for nothing. For those of us that listen to rap, you know, this is the locker room lead, the underground leader in indie pro wrestling and the hip hop spaces. Listen, Stove God, my bad. Rock Marciano got this line about Stove God. You know, Stove God and Rock Marcy been doing little shit. They used to do work together. Rock Marcy produced Stove God first album, but on Rock Marcy, I think his last joint, right? I forget what song it's on. He got this line. He said, "Yeah, niggas think," because you know Stove Guy had tweeted this shit about you. Can't no nigga wearing Daniels fur coats and purple jeans tell me shit about being fly. I'm like, dang, you know what I mean? But you know, yeah, man. Fat Farm was crazy. Fat Farm Echo. I know Russell Simmons in a pickle right now. I know I mentioned Louis C.K. earlier. Boy, let's listen in. But Rock Marcy got this line, you know, I guess Stove Guy wearing his leathers and shit. Rock Marcy said, yeah, niggas think Averex is a flex. Averex ain't been a flex since the days of Effects and somebody else. Effects, he's talking about DOS Effects, the old rap group. You know what I mean? All that shit. DOS, you know, I'm trying to think of it, but that's them. You know what I mean? Since they Averex ain't been a flex since DOS Effects is crazy. You know what I mean? But yeah, Rock Marcy, you know, if you talking his shit, I just got reminded of that. But if we could bring back, while I'm thinking about Averex, if we could bring back Rikishi wear like we did with Averex, we doing something cool. We doing something real cool, man. Listen, man, I'm very satisfied. Very satisfied with tonight's episode of Smackdown. I'm very satisfied with tonight's episode of the Locker Room League Live, presented to you by Black Guy Wrestling Podcast. We're starting to really do some really excellent work up here. I really feel like in the next couple of weeks, we're going to find our footing more with these post shows, okay? I just really appreciate y'all, man. Thank y'all for the faithfuls who watching. Thank y'all for all the new people. You know what I mean? We look to build this community up as much as we can. I think, you know, in the next couple of weeks, you know, we might get a guest up here. We might get a guest or two up here. You know what I mean? We're going to see. We going to see. Yeah, I mean, we gonna see. My brothers, man, some of my brothers in this independent rap space put out a few things, you know what I mean? What you heard a few minutes ago was it could be anybody, you know what I mean? The exit track. Don't matter who it is, excuse me, the exit track from my brother Action Figure 973's standout tape from this year. What will Harley Race do? Him and Jeeves have a tape together. Jeeves raps, Action produces. It's called Surprise Motherfuckers. Now out. Two Jeeves, but do aliens believe in me? Now out. We're gonna exit with some of those. You dig what I'm saying? We was jamming earlier to Jungle Boy. Right? I might clip that too. We're gonna have some fun clips over the next couple of weeks. Next couple of days. Right? This is a fast space, fast industry, fast art form, you know what I mean? Yeah, we did our thing, man. Again, shout out to the faithfuls, you know what I mean? Everybody from the squad in the chat, you know what I mean? And we gonna try to enjoy the weekend as much as possible. I got a little bit of money to make, so I'm gonna go make that, get back to y'all. You know what I mean? Hopefully, niggas been looking okay, but we gonna look a little different in the next couple of weeks. Yeah, man, we gonna change a few things around here. We gonna change all that part-time stuff. You know what I mean? Mar, have a great weekend, my brother. We in the Discord, bro. We in the chat. You know what I mean? This ain't gonna be the last time we mix it up. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that passed through tonight. Shout out to everybody who's ever given this podcast, this stream, the time of day, time of night. Shout out to everybody who frequents Black Guy Wrestling Podcast until to find the whistle, Ladies Hoops Collective. You dig what I'm saying? Scotland's Poetry. Clear View, Almanac Show, Watch List Season 4 in your area. You feel me? Watch List Season 4. I'm about to say Watch Room. Now I'm mixing up the brands. Yeah, I mean, we doing what we doing under this network, man. You know what I mean? Let's see. Again, we keen on that. You know what I mean? We keen on that. But this was a very excellent show, I think. I'm going to definitely peruse these YouTube wrestling streets, eat some more good food, have some more good Planters peanuts. Don't pause me if you catch my drift. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Planter peanut mascot, just because. For myself, Lorenzo Pierce, the phenomenal ghost, AJ Styles P. For all the other brothers who I've just mentioned. You know what I mean? You got to, bro. It's a one-to-one experience. Our city is one-to-one, truly. You know what I mean? Like I said, for myself, Lorenzo Pierce, for all my brothers in the space, for my brothers right here on the part of this network, for all y'all at home in y'all cities, y'all are also a part of the home team. Don't ever forget that. Enjoy yourselves, man. Enjoy your weekend. Hope y'all enjoyed this stream tonight. The fight. Good night. See y'all in a couple days, y'all. BGW Pop for life. One.
Most you rappers, addicts, junkies, chasing more fiends. You the king of line, I'm the king of niggas dying. You chasing Weaver, I'm Jason Voorhees. Yo, ain't nothing funny, bitch. I'm sick of the jokes. Crafting tracks between billows of smoke. They were sleeping on me, but I was out here stuffing pillows with dope. Fucking elephant in the room, I'm the cat in that bitch. Scratching and shit, hot up off of packets of nip. Nokia from the year 2000, clip is strapped to the hip. I mastered this shit, the way I'm crafting the hits. It's really magic in this. Yo, feel like I seen this shit before. That's so Raven, bitch. I was Edgar Allan Poe, and that's so Raven. My niggas on the hunt. It's like I know Craven. My niggas light your ass up. It's like I know Raiden. And that's all I wrote for now. I'm gonna come back and finish that one.
Oh, if you worry about it, G's, I got you. Act low shit. Yo, nigga, nothing in your discography hidden. Your shit don't even exist on my algorithm. These niggas all rhyming on the same breaks like rhythms. I body a rapper and any nigga that's with him. I'm like Ken Griffey Jr., nigga, I see blood when I see pinstripes. There's a few niggas I wanna put my pen through their windpipe. Off my work ethic alone, I know me and you rappers not alike. Houses, money bags, and pussy, my end of the tunnel light. I'm just a nigga who turns one into two and I make it rhyme. Baseball and racism, America's two favorite pastimes. Gotta sell them hot dogs and Cracker Jacks. Let these crackers see dollar signs. You'll get stretched like the seventh inning for coming for mine. That faith I took a leap of. One of them ones that these niggas speak of. I got these broads fucking with underground rap like Dua Lipa. Since I was a peewee, I had broads crying for me like Argentina. I'm the kind of rapper you remember even with amnesia. I've done a lot for niggas, never once did they thank me. That's why Ken Griffey Jr. was never a Yankee. Money can buy everything, money can't buy you integrity. That's why Ken Griffey Jr. was never a Yankee. I've done a lot for niggas, never once did they thank me. That's why Ken Griffey Jr. was never a Yankee. Money can buy everything, money can't buy you integrity. That's why Ken Griffey Jr. was never a Yankee. Yo, I knew I was what this game needs. Critics treating the underground like the Negro Leagues. Around me, your favorite rapper couldn't breathe. Might fuck around and crucify son's cat like 2 Jeeps.
Might leave your dog dead like Sean Abner. It's getting dark faster. You know what I'm after. The glory like I'm Willie Mays. I'm tired of these bills I pay. We getting there, you know we grinding. Every drop we slowly climbing. You got no hits, it's like you sent your songs to Nolan Ryan. Used to pitch like Juan Soto, now I got my own logo. Wish my life would move in slow-mo, but it's not, and that's cool. My job is at the stew. With this pen, I never miss work, I'm Carl Ripken. Listen, it's action in Jeeps. Your girl is in the back on the knees. Like BB Jones, fucking half of the league. It's really nasty to see, like Joe DiMaggio streak. It's getting ugly, even Aaron couldn't judge me. Swing this bat until it's rusty. I don't give a fuck if they don't love me. Fuck friendships, we bury bonds. Hide the money, we bury bonds. I seen a fiend shooting up, he looked like Barry Bonds. After this next album, y'all gotta thank me. Babe Ruth should've never been a Yankee. Zilla. The devil can't dance with 2 left feet. Keep a blade, I'm the new Wesley. I don't pay taxes either. I'll smack your feature. Back to bleachers. The crowd goes mild. I hate your religion. You better play your position. We the new chaos magicians. Abracadabra, beanie on like Parappa the rapper. You ever wonder where your spirit go? Why you online calling grown men your heroes, bro? You need to heal your soul. Bitches thinking they all that. Keenan and Kel, oh, here we go. If you know it's a lie, why you believe in a lie? You don't need a miracle, you just need to die. I told you Klonopin, I used to have a lot of them. Selling pills in high school, I was a protein like collagen. No apologizing. Trying to find different avenues for your music, just stop it, nigga, you're boring. Jeep Arctica, I'm a nice wall, stopping you from exploring. All them tired words, cause you admire birds. I was always right, so just stop the hating. You couldn't high jump out my operation. Look yourself in the mirror, that is not you. They asking if I'm anti-Semitic because I dropped jewels. Now I'm high on pot noose, watching Key and Peele with a key of pills. About to sleep for real. Made some money off this music and I blew it already. On some Middle East shit, watching the sinner burn oil. Now I'm fucking up the bands like Inner Turmoil. Bop on the beat, stand up, you not on your feet. That shit you just recorded, you got to delete. And I'm still at it. We did a show that only had 1 mic and I'm still matic. Black gun, think they're still matic. I'm in this black action hoodie. Online back smack cookies, I don't need your sweets. I eat your beats with max precision. Me and the mic go together like liquor and bad decisions. Now we off to the races. Depressing hands smack the smile off of your faces.
Praise the Lord. Now the Lord is our Savior.
Son tantos los momentos. Son tan...
Electrifying. Nigga said he not an action figure fan, I know he lying. I'm throwing working punches, these niggas' teeth still flying. Most of your favorite rappers never get rich, they die trying. The shit I say got rappers after me like Turbo Man. No niggas who heard of act low and never heard of turtle hands. I keep my fan base fed to avoid fair weather fans. I got niggas painting murals of me out in the Netherlands. Feel like I was born to be rich and rap, that's why the work never lack. Real shit, the bread got your bitch comfortable like the bodega cat. Whole 2025, me and Dials putting up crazy stats. Now niggas can save them fake hugs and daps. Oh yeah, I had better raps, higher highs and barely any lows. I'm Shane McMahon, copping WCW on defense's nose. Work from New Year to New Year, watch my fight go bro. Act low, doing the pop smoke dance on the tightrope. Nothing but wise investing, grinding and staying out the way, the best thing. My women love Dilla and Doom and watch wrestling.
Turn righteous, slide through a 4 lights with niggas knifing. Ever since Fly Guard, these niggas biting. Drug deals got me on the hills. Bacon backing up, watching Bishop shoot steel. Close your mouth, you know the deal.
You know the real youngin' in Atlanta made $250,000, posted on deal. Me and West back and forth, still sharp and still.
My nigga growing gray hairs, he lost his 30 pill. Graduated to 100 bricks, he was a dropout. Gianni, majors himself, I'm eating Chop House.
Buffalo to YU, right out.
If it's gangster, just consider him. Cross him, be shot from the laces to the fitted brim. It's across the border, we can get it in. Don't make the deal if he's shaking the jittering. Shoot him, pick up all of the cases, we ain't littering. Grass cause the snakes in the grass, and they slithering. Things in the venom, you can see see the whip and the fit, but this nigga still banging his venom. I know a couple goons got some chains to the center. Made my bones all alone, holding chrome, saying poems in the zone. Where they pop you in the dome and watch your mouth foam and get the plug number out your phone. And next is invasion of your home. You know this, yeah. Do as Romans when in Rome, but I'm Hannibal from Carthage, and I like cartilage, so you ain't gonna make it on your own. What, nigga?
Hey yo, it's the Butcher, let me get some. Yo, I've been around twice, I'm stamped in several places. They'll never take us, that's the way that this ghetto made us. Pay me bills with the face up, stretched it, I whip bass up. Back when all these rap niggas was rocking them yellow Jacobs. We was on missions that ain't sound safe. We did stick-ups, that's how we took squares out of round safes. My dog caught a lick and bought a crib with the brown gate. Got knocked with the money and got his GD in downstate. This how you get a plug and bounce back when it's over. You gotta hang out where they at, so first know where they going. When you get it, hit it, when it locked, then you flip it over. Show you how to get the crib with Gucci pillows on the sofa. I'd have been locked in the same house they standing in. Too broke, needing a favor, and I can't call my man again. Saw it before it happened, not a game I was planning it. 8 figures gon' make me comfortable like Raymond Flanagan. Nigga.